everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sue of Bendnstretch with Sue. In today's video, I'll be taking you through a continuation of Pilates with a small ball. In today's practice, we'll be using it in a prone position as well as sideline position, which offers you some options just to mix it up and make things more interesting. The small ball does add a little bit of extra challenge, and it often participants find that it makes it a lot more fun for their practice as well. So let's get started. As we come on to a prone position to begin with, we'll move the ball right to the top of the mat. So from here, we take the hands to the ball, and actually we'll start off with the right hand on the ball and making sure that the shoulders are sliding back. You want to make sure that you have your powerhouse engaged, the tailbone is slightly turned downward so that you have good decompression in the lower back. The legs are long, reaching through those tippy toes, and as you take an inhalation, we lift the left arm and the right leg as we press down into the ball with the right hand. So breathing in at the bottom, using your exhale to lift up and release to restore and come back up again. So really focusing on utilizing your breath, using that pressure in the ball will help you to really maintain a nice stable form through the shoulders and through your hips as well. So we have another 3 repetitions here. Breathing in down here, breathing out as you lift. Maybe as you get a little bit warmer here, you are able to get more height. Last one right here, and bring it down. So switching it over to the other side, placing left hand on the ball, reaching the arms away. So again, you want to anchor those shoulder blades into that back rib cage. Maintain your length and take a breath in as you exhale and lifting up your right hand, left leg. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out to get some height while maintaining your length. So we have another 4. So really concentrate here on maintaining that space. You want to feel like you are reaching your leg right out of the hip joint to execute that space. Control, last one from here, and length. From here, we bring both hands onto the ball now as we plant them down, pressing through the tops of the feet. The tip of your nose is simply grazing your mat. Again, the shoulder blades are anchored. Breathing in, and as you exhale, lifting as you press and slightly rolling that ball towards you and articulating back to release to the mat. So breathing in out here, breathing out to press and roll that ball towards you. So you want to, again, keep that tuck of the tailbone, reaching through the tippy toes so the legs do stay long. And as you get more accustomed to the movement, you might find that you start to be able to get a little bit more height while you maintain your length. Down to the last 4. Using your exhale on the effort allows you to get a little bit more strength and power out of the movement. And we have one final one. And bring it all the way down. From here, we switch it up and we bring it to the lower half of the body. We're going to take the ball, place it right between the soles of the feet, mainly the arches, as you hold the ball here in place, keeping the knees wider open. You can stack your hands and place your forehead there. Try to relax your upper body as much as possible. And from here, we lift the legs away and lower them back down again. So again, we breathe in at the bottom and we breathe out to lift. So you're going to really feel yourself squeezing through those glutes and the hamstring to maintain your control and to get your height as well. So we have another 6. Try to relax that upper body. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's a total of 10. From here, we bring the ball back to the upper body and placing it right beneath the sternum. So you want to make sure that you're not placing it right at the base of the sternum where the xiphoid process, that little tiny bone is. You want to have it rather in the flatter area, so a little bit higher up in the chest. And from here, allows the upper body to rest over the ball. Now, pressing through the tops of the feet, you're going to need that stabilization of the core so that you're not tipping over to one side or the other to balance on the ball. And as you reach the arms long, you breathe in and exhale, bringing those elbows toward the rib cage. So breathing in to extend and breathing out to squeeze in. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. So making the movement really, really precise as you execute it. Last 3. And last one. This is great for strengthening that upper back. So from here, press into the hands and make your way into a shallow stretch or child's pose to bring some balance back to your spine. So bringing it, so the arms are alongside the legs, the forehead is toward your knees as you round through your back. And just take a moment to pause here, taking a few breaths, closing the eyes, and simply restoring some peace to the mind and body. As we unroll, making your way up. From here, we now come into side lying positioning. Bringing the ball first underneath the bottom of the rib cage, more under your waist on the side body. From here, we have the bottom forearm out in front for some support, extended in front, shoulder over top elbow, and just a slight roll onto the side hip. From here, taking the upper arm and reaching it away from you as you reach through those fingertips, and again tapping into that powerhouse strength as you inhale and exhale to lift and just tap the ankle, the shins, whatever you're able to reach. So you want to remain on the side of the hip rather than rolling back. Having the ball here is really helpful to prevent you from rolling too far back or to collapse into the shoulder, which can quite often happen, creating a lot of discomfort, even shoulder pain. So we have the last 3, 2, and last one, and release it. Now we'll move all the way to the side as we take the ball and place it right between the ankles. So you hold on to it here. You're going to squeeze the ball. You also want to make sure that your head is well aligned. So you can use your arm, if you have a yoga block or even an extra blanket that you can roll and tuck here to make it more comfortable, you can go ahead and do that. But you're on your side, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Now you can have the top arm in front of you for some support, or you could extend that arm as we lift the legs and lower them back down again, lifting and lowering. So there's a squeeze of the ball between the legs, so we are working the abductors to lift and the adductors to really hold on to that ball so that we create some real stabilization in the hips. So we have another 4, 3, 2, and last one. As you lower it down, you're going to place your bottom ankle on the ball, and the ball is always throwing off your stability. So that's what really helps to make it more challenging, so that you have to work that much harder to stabilize. From here, we are going to keep that powerhouse on. Again, you can have the top arm in front of you for helping to stabilize. As you reach back, pointing the toes behind you. Now make sure you don't arch your back. You're just reaching back to inhale. And as you glide the leg forward, you add a little double pulse to flex the ankle. Breathing in to reach back, and breathing out to pulse, pulse. So it's an inhale and exhale, exhale. That's 3. We're doing a total of 10 of these. And 4. Trying to keep the ankle that's resting on the ball as stable as possible. So we don't want that ball to wobble around. So that's 7 and 8. Last 2. Really pushing down hard on that bottom leg. Last one right here. Now as you hold in position, we're going to simply circle, reaching through the tippy toes of that top leg. Again, we're working on keeping that bottom leg really, really still. You could extend the top arm up, which is going to cause your core to have to work that much harder for stabilization as you press down really firmly in that bottom leg into the ball. Go the other way, circling it around for 1, 2, 3, 4, making precise, graceful circles. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it in, and bring the ball in as you place the ball right behind your top knee. As you bring the feet together, you're going to squeeze that ball towards you, and we're taking it into clamshells. So once again, the hips are facing straight ahead as you open and close that top leg. Pulling and engaging your core, making sure that you're relaxing through the shoulders as well, and pay attention to the positioning of your neck. Quite often what will happen is you're busy looking at your legs and you're closing off the airways. What we want to do is we want to keep those wide open. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you could also pick up that bottom leg off the ground, and creates a little bit bigger range of motion and a little bit more pull of gravity as well. Now as we bring the knees together, we're simply going to keep squeezing here. You really want to pull the heel towards your bottom. You're going to open it and close it. Try to keep your shin so that your foot and your knee remain level. You're squeezing that ball. By squeezing the ball, you're getting some extra work in the hamstring and in the gluteus medius as well. Quads even are working hard here as you have a combination of stretch going on and strength to stabilize everything. So keeping that nice and level as we continue to open and close. You can have that top arm open if you like. You can place the hand behind the head, and as we open it, this time we hold it open. Now we're going to move the leg in a clockwise, kind of a flat circle. And what that does is it keeps more load on those muscles for longer. When we go in a perfectly round circle, we get a little bit more relief on the way down. So we want to keep the load on as much as possible. And we're going around first, starting off with the clockwise. We've got about another 3 times going in this direction. Another 2. And last 1, and we turn it around, go the other way. Keep squeezing and moving that leg. Keep that control. Make sure your hips aren't swaying from side to side as you're doing this. It's all about control. Remember, Pilates was called Contrology before it was ever called Pilates. So it really is so important to maintain that mind-body connection. That's what really helps to execute more graceful movements and also to really perfect the form. It's so important to maintain balance in the body. So we finish it up here on this side with another 3 and 2. Last one, and bring it in. Now if you feel like you need a little bit of tapping that out, by all means, go ahead, massage that out a little bit, and when you are ready, we're going to turn it around and finish off with the opposite side. So balancing it off, you may find as you set it up that one side is a little bit more challenged than the other. So hopefully this is your easier side, no guarantees. Now as you align your legs just slightly in front of you so that you are on that side hip, placing the ball right underneath the waist and reaching up with the top arm. So get yourself in position, kind of have a little bit of a boomerang shape with the body, pointing through the toes. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lifting up for 9, 8, 7, 6. Don't forget to breathe out on effort. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. So let's take the ball, place it right between the ankles as we move into that side lying position, extending the legs. So as always, you want to feel like you're reaching those legs out of the hip joint. Same thing with the pelvis. So there's lots of support below the pelvis and above the pelvis. As you lift the legs up, we're going to squeeze that ball so that you have both of the adductors in the inner thighs working to stabilize those hips. So we want to keep those muscles strong, and that helps with balance for the knees as well. Keep going here. Last 5, 4. If you want a little extra, you can try bringing the arm up. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, keeping your bottom ankle placed on the ball as you press down into it. From here, we anchor and squeeze through that top glute especially. So make sure you don't have play in your lower back as you reach back to point. So pull the belly in, point, reach back, squeeze that glute, and as you exhale, we'll pulse, pulse. So breathing in, reach back, breathe out, double pulse. The idea of using the ball for this one is that it's going to challenge your stability. Your bottom leg is going to want to roll around, so you want to focus on pressing down firmly while you maintain control in that top leg. And your core, of course, is always on, supporting you, working hard. The last 3 right here. Last 1. And bring it in. So keep pressing on that top, or on the bottom leg on top of the ball. Press down firmly, circle it around. So again, you could have that top arm reaching up, which will cause you to have to use your core much more than if you're having the hand in front of you. So drawing those precise, beautiful, rounded movements. The movement is happening right at the hip joint. Glutes are on, thighs are working, and circle go the other way. Keep pressing down into that ball, helping you to stabilize as you use the strength in both of the legs here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Taking that ball and placing it behind the top leg. So you're going to, again, really give it a good squeeze. So fire up that heel to pull it towards your bottom. And from here, The inner soles are connected as you open and close. So prying that open, pointing that knee to the sky, keeping the bottom leg on the ground, or again, you can lift it up to give you a little bit more range. Again, the top arm can also be lifted away from you. You keep pulling the tummy in. Keep squeezing. Don't let up on the work in that hamstring. You're going to feel those hamstrings on fire. And last two. And bring it down. From here, we lift and lower. So opening and closing. Again, trying to pay attention. You don't want to have this sort of thing where you're rotating through the hip. Instead, it's the leg, the hip is working like a hinge as it opens and closes. So you have plenty of load on that outer thigh, and of course always in the hamstring and glute while you keep squeezing to pull the heel in closer and tighter to you. Again, you could have your top arm up, you could have fingertips right by the ear, elbow pointed to the sky. And as we bring it back up this time, we hold it and pause here. So we keep those muscles loaded. Moving in a clockwise direction. Again, they're flat, oval type of movements. Maintaining lots of load here. Take your time with them. Slower is better. So you have lots of time to make your movement more precise. And as you do so, you really get that mind-body connection working for you. Pause here and then go in the opposite direction. Keep it moving, keep it going. Just a little bit longer as we finish with the last 5 rotations. 4, 3, 2, and last one right here. Excellent. So from here you can release the ball. You can kind of tap it out again, massage it out, get that blood flowing in there, and that will bring a practice to a close for today. So I do have some stretching, post-workout stretching videos that I will link down below for you or up here on the screen so that you can click on that and take some time to stretch out, which will really help to reward your muscles for all the hard work that they've done for you today. So I'd like to really thank you for your time, and I really appreciate your comments. Do let me know if you have any specific requests, as well as if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd love it if you join, and you can give me one of these if you liked it, as well as hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload new content, and you can check it out and check me out in the next video. Namaste.